Welcome to 141 Front Street, Hamilton, Bermuda. What we've tried to do here is to build a building that is, first of all, unique, different, first class, and I think makes a statement. This building be a symbol of Bermuda's future, not only for the tenants in the building, but also for the public at large. We had this piece of property which we had some ideas as to what we might want to put on it. The site itself, which we've owned for a number of years, runs from Front Street to Reid Street, but it really represents the size of 3 city lots. We didn't want to do the conventional building. We didn't want to just waste a piece of property on just another typical tiered building. In fact, I was in Australia and I was staying at the Observatory Hotel. And I opened up the window and looked out, and I saw the docks. And I saw what a wonderful sight, movement of activity in front of a building. So I came back and I played around with some sketches, and I came to see Cher, who'd been architects for a long time. And so we sat and we worked with what the plan of a building like this might look like. And Einstein said that imagination is greater than knowledge. Well, he had the knowledge, and I was trying to use my imagination.
So John came with the overall concept of creating a very different building to what one would normally expect on Front Street. We wanted to make sure, because of the spectacular location of the building, that we took full advantage of the site itself in terms of the views and so on. He wanted a building that made a different statement.
Give a lot of space on the front. This is the entrance to the city. This is the main building you see when you're in the city. But also when you're away from it, you'd still see the building. The building will become a symbol of New Bermuda.
The fountain, the work of art, that is the introduction to the whole project, is going to be the most spectacular water feature.
And we didn't want to just put a sculpture there, or put a typical bit of water coming out of a fountain pool. We want to do something different.
It's a piece of art that is going to, I think, add a tremendous amount of sort of excitement to the introduction, to the beginning of the city.
The building itself is the first 10-story building to go up in Bermuda. In fact, it's 12 stories, 2 stories underground. You'll be able to see this building from Fort Hamilton, and we didn't want to put anything on the roof that was offensive to Fort Hamilton. So we used titanium heat water exchange handlers in the basement. That means the fact we don't have these motors up on the roof operating. We didn't want to have a lot of columns all over the place. So we worked with on-site who worked with engineers. We then had the building put through a wind tunnel once we had it designed. The first one is done in Bermuda to make sure that if a Category 4, Category 5 hurricane came along, it could stand the pressures that are produced by a hurricane. The glass itself, it cuts out all the noise. It cuts out the sun rays, don't have the penetration through it.
It's natural lighting therefore on all sides of the building. It maximizes the views that enter the building everywhere. And I think it's one of those unique projects where the very concept from the start created a very, very different building from anything that's ever been built in Bermuda. It is a very eco-friendly building. The building systems are the most efficient, energy-efficient systems that is available in the market today. The air conditioning, for example, is water-cooled, and we use the ocean to cool the building. Light harvesting, where because of all the natural lighting that we have in the building, the lighting systems are designed to be able to notch down and just provide enough light to supplement any light that is not coming from the perimeter. We're taking heat from the center of the building and using the heat from the center of the building to cool the perimeter. We're recovering energy from the air conditioning system so that in fact the fresh air that is brought into the building is pre-cooled. And so the building is the most energy efficient building ever built in Bermuda.
What we want to do is give this building an executive feeling. When people come in here, whether they're coming from overseas, it says when our board of directors come from overseas, they can come upstairs and they can get the wow effect when they come into the meeting to sit down and talk. It is going to be user-friendly, but more importantly, it's going to be potentially more profitable for the client who rents the place.
141 Front Street is going to be an amazing building. The views are incredible. The floor-to-ceiling glass gives you a tremendous feeling of light and airiness and openness.
The building is very, very flexible. That's another very good point of it. It's been designed to, you can have floor plates from 12,000 square feet of open floors plan if you want to. And the floors can be subdivided down to smaller units like 2,500, 2,000, 3,000 square feet. Easily subdividable, which is pretty unique as well. So it becomes a building that can appeal to any kind of client's space requirements. The other very important feature of the building, which many office buildings do not have in Hamilton, is that it has a tremendous amount of parking. There are 2 whole floors, with 70 cars and 144 bikes.
On the ground floor, there'll be a cafe and a gym, so all prospective tenants can have food service in the building, as well as the ability to work out. Bathrooms with showers, and showers are required in today's market, so people can work out, use the shower, change, and of course it will have the most up-to-date latest security systems. So it's very secure in that respect.
And these are features that certainly not all office buildings in Hamilton have by any means. So these are added features that I think makes, again, this building a uniquely wonderful place to work.
I strongly encourage people who have any interest at all to come and take a look at it. It's really worth it.
So this building represents the culmination of all the experiences of the buildings we put up, where we've traveled, what we've seen, what we've heard. We look at this building as a piece of art. We look at it as a bold statement of what the future of Bermuda should look like and what direction Bermuda should go.
It's not just an ordinary commercial office building, that it is something special.
When you pass this building, you've entered the city and you're in an exciting place.
And I can tell you, when you stand on those floors of that building and look across and you see Hamilton Harbour and you see the South Shore and you see the landscape of Paget area, it is just an incredible feeling. And I think it's designed to give pride to a country and purpose to a tenant.